Anyway, you get the picture. I'm Michael Chapdelaine. Welcome to my studio, the last video that will come from this beautiful apartment above Larimer and 16th Street Mall in Denver. We're going to do today the tutorial on the masterpiece by Gautier, the brilliant Gautier, called Somebody That I Used to Know. And you've probably seen my arrangement. I hope you have. If you haven't, do search my name and the name of the song and you'll see it. It's not an easy piece to play, but it's so worth it. I mean, it's a great, great, great piece. I think one of the best pop music pieces ever made. And if you just play this at a party, just that much alone, and you are the coolest cat in town. Throw in this, and you're mega cool, and then you're way cool. So let's get to talking about how to make this piece sort of doable. In the description of this video, there's a link for my my tablature, which you can download, and go to Gautier's page and watch some more of his music, because he is brilliant. Okay, there's four things really about how to make this piece work that if you have, they kind of are global, that goes throughout the piece. One of them is just the bass line. And we're going to talk about that, and of course that's in the tab, so you can just read it. The second issue, which is really important, is what we call pizzicato. Pizzicato is a technique we use in order to make the bass sound like this instead of like this. Because this sounds like the recording, or like a bass guitar. The third thing is percussion. In pop music, there is usually a snare drum or some kind of high-hitting percussion instrument that lands on beat 2 and 4. So we're going to talk about how to do that. And then finally, when there's melodic material, when there's a note in the melody or accompaniment that happens on 2 or 4, we'll talk about how you can play that without either leaving it out or having to move it to a different beat. So let's start first with the bass. The chords of this piece, in case you don't know, are just D minor, C, all throughout the verses, and then in the chorus it goes D minor, C, B flat, and then repeats that. So chord-wise it's fairly simple, and I would suggest you put the metronome on slow and sing the song. I remember all the times we were... I'm not a singer, but the point is, you know the song, you know how it goes, you love it, you should sing along with it to get the feel of it. Then we're going to turn it into an instrumental where you're just going to play it on the guitar. Okay, so let's talk first about the bass. The bass is basically on 1, D, and then it's repeated on the end of 2, and then C is on 3, and that's repeated on the end of 4. And that just happens a lot. And when it goes to the chorus and it goes to B flat, it still does the same thing, where it plays on 1, the end of 2, 3, and the end of 4. Just kind of go to your metronome, put it on slow, and just play really slow. So go practice that, and then come back and I'll show you some more. Okay? Go practice. Okay, so now we need to make it so that it sounds cool. Now, how do you make it sound cool? It's with this thing called pizzicato. Pizzicato is when you take this part of the palm and you just touch the string on this side of the bridge saddle, the white thing here. And if you do that, you get this sound. If you don't do it, you get this sound. If you move too far this way, you get too muted. If you go too far this way, it won't really do anything. So feel around and find exactly where the place is that makes that cool sound. And also remember, you're going to put your palm parallel to the bridge saddle. So now I want you to go practice some more really slow with the metronome like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So go do that, practice it, get good at it, and then come back and we'll do some more. Okay? Go. All right, now we're going to take that cool thing and add the percussion part, the backbeat, which is going to happen on 2 and on 4. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to take the thumb, the right hand thumb, and on 2 and 4 we're going to slap it into the 5th and or 6th string so that they smash into the frets and it makes that high-pitched sound. Now if we do it really hard, it's a lot of sound and it's not nice. If we do it too soft, you just get a little bit of a. So go practice making it happen like that. So you just get a bit. And as the song gets louder, we'll do it harder. Okay, so go practice that for a bit and then we'll get back and do some more. Back. Now, we're going to do this really slow and we're going to do it the bass on 1 and a 2, 3, and a 4, and we're going to put the slap on 2 and 4. We're going to do it really slow. Okay, so go do that. Practice it a bit. If you already got it, just stay tuned and we'll come right back to the next part, which is going to start to get fairly interesting. Okay? Okay, so we're back. Now about this pizzicato thing where you sort of mute a bit the bass. It is optional. I mean, if it's really hard and you don't want to do it, I suggest you try, but you can play the tune without that. So you can just go. And it'll still work. But it's cooler if you do this. Okay, so enough about that. Now we're going to add the other part, the thirds. There's a D and an F on the top that go to C and E, and it's this part. 1, 2, 3. And it just so happens that those thirds are happening exactly on beats 2 and 4. Remember that, that's when we're doing the slap. So now comes the somewhat challenging part of how to slap a treble note, or these thirds, at the same time that you're playing a bass note. And when I first started doing that, what I thought to do was to pluck them normal. But that's not very organic, it doesn't feel right. What I found later on, and sort of started calling it the chap slap, is that if I hit the thumb like normal, like we're doing on beats 2 and 4, it's kind of rotating the forearm in this counterclockwise direction. And if I do that, then I can reach the fingers out, the M or I finger, and play the treble notes that I need for this accompaniment or later on for melody. I can play them with the same motion that the thumb's slapping onto the bass. So it's. So what I suggest is you go practice that now. Put your metronome on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And just kind of get comfortable with doing the chap slap thing where you slap the thumb and sort of flick the notes on top, okay? So go practice that. And later on we'll add the other parts, okay? Good luck, work hard. Slow metronome, pay attention, have fun. Okay, now we're gonna do, we're gonna put the thirds together with the real bass line. So the first thing I would suggest you do is just get into the groove of playing the bass line. And just sort of dig it, you know? Let's keep it really slow. 1, 2. Now we're going to add the thirds. And I'm just like totally just grooving. This is easy now because I've done it so much. I can even talk while I'm doing it. Do a little dance. Okay, I hope you get that. Go practice that, and then we're going to add the final part to sort of give you the whole secrets to how to play this piece. Because everything else, when the melody and the verses start and the chorus start, it's still going to be the same techniques. You're still going to use the bass moving on 1, and of 2, 3, and of 4. You're still going to pizzicato the bass so that it sounds like a bass guitar. And then you're still going to do the slaps on beats 2 and 4. And when you have a melodic note on the top, in the treble somewhere, like when she goes, you do the chap slap thing, okay, where you flick the finger out, the index finger out, while you slap the thumb on 2 or 4, okay? I know it's getting hard. I hope you're taking like days and weeks to do this whole thing, because this is not easy. Really, it's not easy. Trust me, I've been doing it forever. Okay, so go practice. I'll see you in a minute, or in a week. Okay, now we're going to add that cool xylophone part. Is it a xylophone? I think so. A little xylophone. We're going to add that to it while we keep this going. All right, and it's going to be. So you all know that, you've all heard it, and it's cool. And I mean, you probably noticed by now that I'm using pizzicato on both the melody and on the bass. So this little xylophone part, instead of sounding like this, which is not that cool, sounds like this, which sounds very cool. So now we're going to put the two together. We're going to put the bass with pizzicato and the slap on 2 and 4. And we're going to add the xylophone part using pizzicato. And we're going to play it really slow, because this is not easy. And I want you to be able to do it, because it's going to make you really happy. And that makes me happy. And that makes Gautier happy, because, yeah, this is his tune. Here we go. So yeah, that should get you started. Oh, there's one more thing. I'm sorry, I snuck it in on you, but I want you to know what it is. It's, you know what harmonics are. Harmonics are a thing that stringed instruments do, particularly guitar. If you touch with one hand, just gently, but don't push the fret, don't push down to the fret. If you just touch it with this hand at the 12th fret, which is the midpoint between here and here, and then pluck it, you get this chimey sound. And you all know that one. Well, what if you want to get it on these notes? Because those are kind of the notes we need at the end of that xylophone lick. Okay, I'm going to put a bar here, but I'm going to play a harmonic here. So if I wanted to do it one note at a time, I would just barely touch the string 12 frets above that and pluck it with the A finger. But we want it to go by quicker than that, because we want... So we're going to strum it with the back side of this nail, the ring finger nail, and then just barely touch those notes as you go by on the tip of the index finger. So that's probably enough for now. I mean, I think that would make my brain hurt pretty bad. When I learned this tune, it took me a while to figure all this stuff out. So keep in mind, this is an emotional piece. It's really full of emotion. And that's what makes it so powerful, because when we hear this piece and we hear the text and what it's about, most of us know what that is. We know what it's like to feel like, I'm a victim. You know, he's so sad and she's mean to him and he's really sad. And then the chorus comes and it's like, now they're kind of angry. So try to find the emotion in the piece and reflect that with your playing, because then when she comes and sings her side of it, so she's got a different side, you know, and she's kind of cynical and angry, and she's going to say what's real. Then they, of course, have the final chorus, and it's really angry. So my point is, besides all this technique that we're working on and all this great guitar playing, we ultimately are responsible to try and reflect this brilliant sort of emotional landscape that Gautier and Kimbra, the girl singer, have painted for us. That's the main agenda, besides, you know, we got to make the fingers work. So try to keep the emotional part in it too. And if you need more help, contact me. Let's do a Skype lesson. And we'll kind of clear up whatever you don't know. Look at the description of this video. It'll have the addresses for my video of performance of it, and also for the tab. Okay? Good luck. Have fun. Go practice. Bye.